Good morning. My name is Daddy Fred. As usual, as I come your way with special programs, I'm starting the show. The show is today's edition of the program, talking about fake prophets in Ghana. We are all going to talk about that. We're all going to share ideas, our views, our knowledge, whatever we know about them. And I'll be very grateful if you also send your views, your comments, your ideas about what we're going to deliberate. Very, very important. And your views, your concern, everything that you have will be much appreciable. We'll be very grateful to receive your concern and your views as well. Fake prophets in Ghana, the activities, what they are doing in the country, and are there any regulations monitoring what they are doing and sanctions so that they can go ahead and do so many things against so many people. I'll bring you more detail about what we're going to do. Anyway, the program is transmitted live on the Announcer newspaper based in Massachusetts in the United States of America. So if you just joined me, my name is Daddy Fred. You're welcome to the show. We're going to talk about fake prophets in Ghana. And as you may recall, there has been so many agitation on that. A lot of people have been talking about it. Anyway, watching you live from Spain, Madrid. Good afternoon, Daddy Fred. Good afternoon, Amma Samson. I'm hoping everything is going on good. We're going to talk about what actually is going on. Why is it that the country is allowing mushroom prophet churches going around deceiving people, taking their monies and other things? And the question is there any regulations that they're using to control the activities? Because the way they come out to say things, very questionable, and we need to act on that. We need to find certain solutions to that problem. There have been so many concerns that people have been raising about the activities of fake prophets in Ghana. And we don't know what the authorities are doing about that, because people are very, very, very much serious about that. So they expect that the authorities will be acting very strongly on that. The fake prophets are turning Ghana into laughing stock. People are laughing at the country. People don't even understand why people allow fake prophets to deceive them like that. Prophecies every day, every night, every morning, afternoon, evening, even at dawn, they give prophecies. And the most saddest aspect of it is that they keep on saying that God revealed to them. That's what they say. God, it is God who has been revealing all their prophecies to them. And they also keep on saying that they see their prophecies in dreams and visions, so many things. And they've mastered. You see, if I say they've mastered, they have tried their best to know so many things about the daily economic problems of a country, people, how people are suffering, how people need help, everything they've mastered on all those things. And they use that one to convince people. So, for instance, when you go to them, they know that you're facing economic hardships. So they will definitely come out with something pragmatic that will address that concern. And they will also talk about, well, maybe the person is suffering from this, the person marital problems, and they'll come out with that. So it seems they are devising mechanism to address daily problems, but the mechanisms that they are devising, not proper. So today we are going to go into details. Fake prophets, the activities, is there any regulations? Making sure that they don't over outstretch their bounds, or they don't do things that will go a long way to affect the people in the country. Now, Ghana has become a laughing stock. Why is it that? Because of the activities of the fake prophets. People believe that anything that happens to them is as a result of spiritual, it's as a result of either curse or the impact of spiritual activities on them. So they all the time resort to seeing support from those people. I will use that word, those people, those fake prophets, for their support, or for their spiritual backing. So a lot of people just anticipate in the country that anything that happens to them, it happens to them as a result of spiritual influence. So they just allow it to affect them. And I don't think it's a proper way to go about things. So sad, so sad, so sad that the prophets will come out. I'm not saying there are no good prophets in the country. There are so many good prophets in Ghana. There are so many good pastors in the country. But how can you differentiate between a good prophet and a bad prophet? How can you distinguish between a good prophet and bad prophet? Very sad situation. How can you bring the difference that this person is actually a prophet from God? A prophet, the message is authentically coming from the Almighty Creator of everything. And how can you differentiate that this prophet too, the message coming is not authentic and not reliable? You can't rely on the message. But they've fused everything together. You see, they fused everything together and they're using that to convince people. They've mastered that if I say this to you, by all means, you're definitely going to give your money to me. If I say this to you, by all means, you're going to. So they've mastered on that. They know the problems you are facing. They know that you're facing marital problems. They know that you're facing financial crisis or financial problems. They know that most of you are looking for jobs. They also know that people are facing spiritual problems. You see? Me, I'm not a pastor, but look at the situation that I've been able to give you the facts of what they know you are facing. They also know that some people also having some family cares. So all the time, when they believe that their forefathers, their ancestors, they did something long time ago, so it's having repercussion on them. They also have a belief in that. So you can imagine the whole situation, the holistic affairs of the whole situation. And aside that one too, they've also mastered courage to say that, you see, they look at you, they look at your personality, and they make decision on what to tell you. They make decision on what to tell you. The fake prophets in the country. They look at you, if you're a gentleman, you're a boy, or somebody, a man or something. They just start by saying, I can see your face that you had wanted to travel to abroad, you had wanted to travel to America, but as a result of this, something is blocking your traveling. Then they bring it out. And when they say that to you, what will you do? You rely on them. You believe in them. That whatever they are saying is true. So everything that they will tell you, you believe. They will tell you, do you want a child? Oh, you should have got a baby long time. But as a result of family case, it has been tradition. It has been long and it has been stretching on all the family members. So as a result of that, it will be very difficult to have a baby. But being a pastor or being a prophet, I'll be able to help you. And they start convincing the ladies to get what they want. They look at them and they come out, you financial problems. Do you remember you gave money to somebody a long time ago? Yes, they use the money to work against you. They use the money to do some spiritual concoctions against you. Somebody has taken your job to here. Somebody is fighting against you. You see? They have designed all the necessary problems confronting people at a given period of time. And they are measuring their design, the whole thing that they know with answers. So they know everything already. So when you go to them, and some of them too visit spiritual, they visit juju people, they visit those who are having the powers like the gods or other things. I'm not talking about the real God. I'm talking about gods, the river gods, and then they visit them and then get their supernatural powers. So when they come, they have they are so skilled in such a way that anything that any problem that you are confronting, they will be able to give you antidote to your problem. And they'll be able to tell you something that will even discourage you in such a way. By your personality appearing before them, you believe everything that they will tell you. But in one way or the other, very discouraging, because they will even tell you that you are about to die within this period of time. So if you don't perform verse rituals, or if you don't give money so that we pray for you, that curse will still be on you. And let me use yesterday as an example. There was a pastor who came out yesterday emphatically saying that Ghanaian celebrities are going to die before 2017, the end of 2017. So, meaning that if you calculate the time, approximately it will be like 2.5 months to come. Celebrities, the pastor mentioned politicians, movie actors, actresses, mentioned musicians, so many celebrities' names were attached to it. But the actual people who are going to die, the pastor was not able to mention. But the pastor just made a generalization that more celebrities are going to die. And now that the boy is on your court after saying that the pastor is putting fear and panic in you. It's making you afraid of everything that you're doing, that, if I don't take care, this thing will happen to me. If I don't take care, this thing will happen to me. They are taking the opportunity to exploit the vulnerable. They are taking opportunity to exploit the poor. Why do you allow yourself to be deceived? You can pray to your God. You know how to pray very well. Just kneel down anywhere. I don't know I don't know your religion, but just kneel down anywhere. I'm not going to use corner to describe, but anywhere. Just kneel down and pray to your God. That God, I need your help. God, I've been sinning. I pray for forgiveness. God, I pray that you direct me, help me to be successful in all my day. Just commit yourself. When you see things are not going on with you, ask yourself, what would I do to change the situation? Or what will I do to make sure that everything will come back to normal? Everything will be in the right direction. So it's left with you to pray yourself rather than depending all the time on the fake prophets. They've been deceiving a lot of people in Ghana. They're still doing it. And they're still exploiting people. They're extorting their money. They're still taking their monies. Why do you allow them to convince you? Why do you allow them to deceive you? My brother, my sister, it is time for you to make your own decision in life. It is time for you to understand that automatically things happen to every human being. Problems happen to every human being. But if a problem happens, it doesn't mean that you have to feel so below. It doesn't mean that you have to be so discouraged in such a way that you have to resort to those fake prophets for them to deceive you. They are doing so many bad things in the country. And everywhere you go in Ghana, there will be a kiosk, there will be a small building, there will be something that they proclaim that it is a place to worship your God. They're saying that it is a place that you go there and then worship your God. And they're describing it as a church. My brother, my sister, it is time for you to know exactly what you have to be doing. Because it's so sad that you see them on the radio, you hear them on the radio speaking different types of tongues. The same thing. And they've all learned how to speak too. So you can imagine, my brother, you can imagine, my sister. It is so serious. You need to be careful with every step you make. You need to be alert because they have so many ways, so many tricks, so many strategies to take things from you. It's left with you to be your eyes, just shine your eyes. Shine your eyes. And don't allow them to do that to you. Don't allow them to do that to you. It's so sad. Don't allow them to do that to you. Fake prophets, the activities of fake prophets, they are still deceiving people. They are still lying to people. They are still extorting monies from people. Every day, you look at them, they feel proud. Anything that they are saying, they believe that they are right, they are convincing, they are doing everything that they want. Nobody is saying anything to them. Is there any regulations? Is there any laws governing their activities? What are the authorities doing in Ghana? Why are they allowing people? Why are they allowing everyone to say, oh, I'm a pastor, I'm a prophet, and convincing people taking their monies from them. It's so appalling, it's so sad. Now, only the vulnerables are suffering. But the whole sad situation is that they target women. You see, they target women. So if they're able to get about 4 or 5 women in their churches, they are all set. That's what they're going to do. And they're going to make sure that they convince you in such a way that you can't do anything. And your heart, you can't do anything because they are still convincing you. They are still lying to you. All the time, you see a pastor will come, but the fake. I'm not saying that there are no good pastors in the country. There are a lot of good pastors in Ghana. There are a lot of good prophets in Ghana. But there are some people too who claim to be prophets, but either directly or indirectly, they are not prophets. They are bad people who are intentionally taking monies from other people. You don't need to allow them to do that to you. They are taking your money. They are taking your family members' money. You see, they learn how to play on many Ghanaians' economic, political, and spiritual insecurities. They look at you, they say, oh, something is working against you spiritually. Your brother, your sister, they create. And you see, because you feel insecure, you feel that, oh, what they are saying might be true because they've been able to mention the names of some of your family members. They've been able to give a critical analysis of things that have been happening to you some time back. So you believe that what they're saying is true. My brother, my sister, you have to be very alert. You have to know exactly how to go about your day-to-day activities. You don't need to allow them to continue to deceive you. This is very sad situation, and the most serious aspect of it is that the fake prophets in the country, nobody is regulating the activities in Ghana. They've taken themselves. This is like they have their own jobs that they are doing. They have their own jobs that they are doing without any regulation, without any supervision. Sad things going. So many bad things going on in the country. So my brother, my sister, ask yourself, why is it that when you go to the prophet or when you go to the so-called prophet, they are not able to tell you good things, but they only tell you bad things, the occurrences ahead. And they put fear in you that you are going to even die. Somebody is spiritually working again. Now ask yourself, is the pastor going to stay on earth forever? Or is the pastor going to also die? So if the pastor tells you you are going to die, why do you have to succumb to that idea? Why do you have to be solely believing in them that whatever they're saying is true, and whatever they're saying, if you don't act on that, maybe certain calamity will fall on you? My brother, my sister, you can pray yourself, you can do things yourself. You can do everything yourself. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to seek spiritual protection before you be able to be successful. It doesn't imply that you have to see them before your day-to-day activities will be moving on smoothly for you. You can do everything that you can do. You can go about your daily activities effectively and efficiently without relying on any fake prophets. They are deceiving Ghanaians a lot, more especially the females. Now, at times I ask myself, why do they allow them to deceive them like that? Do you want marriage? Oh, because of this thing, your marriage problems, this. And they know. I don't know whether if you were to have an opportunity to get closer to them. And then they're giving counseling to other people. Anyway, Mary, I don't you just join me. How you doing, Mary? I know everything is going good. Today I'm very much serious, Mary. There is something that I need to talk about. Because you don't need to sit down for those things to go on in the country. We don't need to allow people to deceive, to make Ghana a laughing stock. No. Everything that happens, they attribute it to spiritual effects, influence. Anything that happens to the person, they believe that it's spiritual. I don't know why they always attach their names to people who are popular. You see, when you are popular, then they attach. When Patapa's music came, you see the pastor has just attached his name to Patapa. I'm taking him to court so that the pastor will get the opportunity to act on that. You see, my friend, if you sit down and you look at their activities, You'll be able to know. You'll be able to find your own. You'll be able to analyze it yourself and come out with constructive conclusion. Because the way they are going about their things, if you sit down and you believe that they can save you, so you don't need to. They've been doing this. They've been doing this same for person. They've been helping a lot of people. So I believe that they can help me. They can do it, my brother. Nobody is doubting that there are good pastors around. There are good pastors and good prophets. In another coin, there are pastors too. There are so many pastors too in the country who claim to be pastors, who claim to be prophets, but directly or indirectly, the activities so bad. So bad. So bad. When you go to them and you're a gentleman, they look at you and they will tell you, oh, I see you want to, you had even be, you want to go to abroad, right? You want to travel to abroad. You should have been there a long time. But because of this, your family member is working against you. It is seriously affecting your going. So I think we have to do this. We have to do this. We have to do this. Pay this amount of money. Take this oil. The oil that they sell in the regular market are say 20 Ghana cedis, they will sell to you at 100,000 Ghana cedis. They will sell to you at 100 Ghana cedis. Look at it. So it is their jobs. They are making monies from it. Whatever they are doing, they are making money from it. And you allow them to just convince you, deceive you. I don't know how best to describe it. So it is time you have to open your eyes. Because all day in, day out, they are doing what they are doing. And it's time you have to open your eyes. You have to open your eyes. You have to tell them, no, we are not going to allow you to deceive us forever. You have to tell them that now you are not going to allow them to deceive you forever. Look at the type of tongues that they speak on radio. Everybody is speaking the same tongue. Everybody is speaking the same tongues on the radio. Why? 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 You can pray, oh, my brother, my sister, you can pray. You can do things yourself. You can sit down, take your Bible. If you haven't seen Bible before, let me show you. What is this? Holy Bible, right? Holy Bible. Open. Quotation number this. You open. Then you read it. See? Luke chapter. Then you read John 3:16. You read. You can read everything in the Bible yourself. So that you get something out of it. You get the message in the first hand. Rather than letting somebody use the same message to divert your own thinking and then convince you and deceive you for your money. Specialized fake prophets. They have specialized in the business. And they have learned a lot. Because they know how best to get money from you. They know that you are suffering financially. They know that things are not going on with you. Particularly your marriages. Your marriages are on rocks now. They know that. They know that you want children. You want to give birth. So they know that. They know that if you are a boy or somebody who is like a youthful age, you want to travel abroad. They know it. They know that there are no jobs. You see? They know it. They know that, oh, my brother, this is also very important to take this very serious. They know that people believe in superstition. People believe in everything. They believe that those things were impacted from that bad spirit or other things. So they know that. So anytime you go to them, they attribute your misfortunes to those superstitious beliefs. They attribute your misfortunes, things that have been happening to you, things that have been bad, things that have been happening to you. They say that it happened to you as a result of this, as a result of this. So it is time for you to shine your eyes. It is time for you to make a very strong decision in life that you will not allow them to deceive you forever in your life. It's okay. You can't be deceiving Ghanaians forever. You can't be taking their monies forever. You can't be taking their monies forever, my brother, my sister. Why? Is it not a sad situation? Is it not a sad situation that you see somebody claiming to be a pastor, claiming to be a pastor, prophet, and then all the time telling you things that will scare you, things that will put your life in panic? You see, at times they say something to you that you can't even sleep. They give you oil, you put it, you just use it on your face, you sleep, you're having bad dreams. And they will tell you that the dreams that you had was as a result of this, as a result of this. They create. We call it loot and share in the spiritual word. Loot and share. They know how to loot you and they know how to share among themselves. It is time you have to be alert. It is time you have to be smart. Why do you allow people laugh at you? Why do you allow people laugh everywhere in the country, everywhere in Ghana? You see those fake prophets. You will see those fake prophets. No doubt. Several end time fake prophets in Ghana today, insisting their prophecies come directly from God, are subjecting the country into international ridicule because people are laughing at you. People are laughing at the country. Why is that? Everything that happens in the country, the pastors will come out, the prophets will come out. Yesterday was a sad day for me because based on what I heard yesterday, I was very, very, very upset. I was very sad about it. Very unhappy at all. Why is it a pastor who can prophet, a person who claims to be a prophet of God, who tell the whole Ghanaian pop, the whole world, that he had a vision, and the vision that he had was that more celebrities are going to die. And as a result of that, God revealed to him that more celebrities are going to die. How did you see that the revelation that you had was from God? Can you describe what God was wearing? Can you describe the actual physique of God? How God looks like? Can you describe? And you just create God revealed. So you are the only person God reveals things to you. That more celebrities are going to, because you want to be popular, they will talk about you. They will say, oh, this pastor, they will mention your name. Like I said yesterday, I'll mention your name. The name was what? Kojopoku. Mike Kojopoku. But I will not mention your church's name. Because it's very sad. It's very sad that people, more especially the ladies, when you go to Ghanaian churches, most of the fake prophets, their churches, you go there, you see, females outnumber the male. Why variation? Why difference? The difference too wide. So why is it that you sit down for them to convince you? I'm not saying that you shouldn't go there for prayers. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go there to worship your Lord. You have to go there to worship your Creator, your God. But you have to know, you can visualize it yourself. If you look at the activities of a person, you can sit down and visualize it in your head, your eyes, you can see it. That the person is not from God. What a person is doing. Queen Adipa, how you doing, Queen? Is everything going good? Thank you very much for joining me on the program. Then you can see it yourself. What the person is doing is not from God. The way the person is preaching and the way the person is not respecting, the way the person is claiming all successes for himself. Oh, I did this for this person. The person came to me. He wanted to have babies. I was able to let the person, the woman is now having 3 children. All because of me. The pastor is claiming glory for himself. But if you are a true pastor, if you are a real pastor, a pastor ordained by the Creator, the Almighty, a pastor called by God, you may not be doing that. It's so sad, and it's so sad that I don't know how to describe it. But it is time. It is time you have to be able to be smart. You have to try your best to know the difference between the good and the bad. Like I said earlier, there are so many good pastors in Ghana. It is undeniable fact that there are so many pastors in Ghana today. But the fake ones are now outnumbering the good pastors. The fake pastors, prophets, men of God, angels of God, who can turn themselves, who can give lotto numbers in churches. You see, it's all serious. So my brother, my sister, it is time you have to be smart. You have to know that you don't need to attribute every misfortune that happened to you to spiritual influence. You have to understand that Ghana has a lot of resources: gold, diamond, bauxite, a lot of mineral resources, oil, and other things. And it is time for you to take proper utilization of what you have, and then make sure you live on it to develop yourself very well. When you come to America, for instance, ask yourself, how many people believe in that fake prophets? You see, how many people believe in them? But do comparative analysis in terms of developments, in terms of everything. America, how is it moving? Moving on. But those who are believing in them, those fake prophets, how are their lives moving? Retrogressing. So if you do that comparative analysis, you have to make proper decision. If you want jobs and you don't fill application form, you don't go and learn skilled about the job, how would you get a job? I'm asking you. If you want a job and you don't have any skill about it, you don't have any skill that you can use to do the job, how can you get a job? If you're looking for a job that involves writing and you don't know how to read and write, how can you get that job? So you need to capitalize on that opportunity and start going to school, learn how to read, learn how to write, than to sit down for a prophet to come and tell you that I'll get you a job, office job, meanwhile you don't qualify to be there. So you see the whole situation. You sit down, you know for sure that you have been misusing your money on drinks. You have been misusing your money on ladies. You have been using your money for fashion. You've been using your money to do so many unnecessary things. But you get a pastor to tell you that spiritual powers are working against your financial abilities, and you believe it in the pastor. But you know for sure that things that you've been using your money to do, well, you see, if the money is going and you're using it carelessly, how can the money come back? You see, you get the money, you go sit down at a place, drinking every day. You go sit down at a place, chasing women. You go sit down at the place, buying big stuff. You have this cup, the price is cheaper, and you go buy another one that has higher price. You see, you have to do window shopping. Limit your purchasing, how you buying things. Like limit. If you have this phone, you don't need to go buy another phone. And you sit down. Techi Berry Markup, that's a good day, bro. The truth is that 90% of Africans don't use the common sense, especially Ghana. It's only Ghana, they use taxpayers' money to sponsor a call pastor to Israel just to pray for Ghana. It's madness. See more. My brother, you see, somebody is coming out with something. Why is it that, you see, you are there, you are in the country, Ghana. You know how to pray, right? This is the Bible. You can read and write. If you can't read the Bible, seek advice from somebody, seek help from somebody who can read the Bible for you. Anyway, my sister, Ohima, just join me. How you doing, Ohima? How you doing? Today the Spirit has come upon my life, and then I'm giving that out to a lot of people. So let's work together, okay? So you can sit down, pray to your God, read the Bible yourself. No one is perfect. No one can claim perfection. But if you pray to your God, I assure you that the Almighty God, the creator of everything, will definitely help you. Or you see, if you are not receiving your blessing now, it doesn't mean God is angry with you. By all means, 1 day, 1 hour, 1 minute. Good morning, my great brother. Preach on. Ohima, yes, I'm preaching on Ohima. Because now things are happening in the country. Things are happening in Ghana that we need to talk. Look at a pastor, a prophet coming out yesterday to say that God has revealed to him that more celebrities are going to die before 2017. That is making me so sad. A pastor coming out to say that, bringing panic, fear, confusion in the system. And you are believe, I don't know whether they have regulations that they use to monitor the activities of the pastors. There is no law in the country that monitors the activity and gives them certain parameters of how they should go about their things. If you do that today, we say you are working against their fundamental human right, freedom of expression and freedom of association. And that one will come into play as well. But the fact is, you are taking the opportunity, the freedom of association and freedom of expression, to the detriment of other people. You are enjoying your freedom to disturb someone's peace. You are taking money from people that you are not supposed to be taking. You are using that your bad spiritual powers to lie and take money from people, to lie and convince people, and then take money from them because they know that ladies, one, they have problems with their, but they will say, they want children. So automatically, if you want a baby, come to my church, I'll make sure you get a baby. And then they know that. And some anointed prophets parading as true messengers of God are nothing more than religious con artists. You know religious con artists? Who have self-taught themselves about the behavior psychology of day in, day out life. They've taught themselves. They know. What are some of the psychology that they know? They know that your marital problems, there is problem in your marriage. They know that financially you are facing crisis. They know that you need a child or you want a baby. They know that you're having spiritual dreams. They know that somebody is sleeping with you spiritually. They've mastered to know that people are facing spiritual attacks. They also know that family cases are also ruining people's life. So they know all these things. They know all these things. They know all these things. And they're capitalizing on that to convince you, deceive you, distort your mind to convince you for your money. Sarah Forson is just joined me. How are you doing, Sarah? This time, we are not going to condone that. We're not going to accept that. But what I'm trying to ask is that, is there any regulations? Is there any laws in the country, Ghana? Sarah Forson, good morning, Daddy. Good morning, my sister. How you doing? I hope you're doing good. Greetings to everyone and your family as well. Today, we ask you because the Holy Spirit is, you see, me too. Was it God who revealed to me to do this program today? Okay, I also say that, right? I don't know all the pastors who say God came to me through dream. God revealed this to me. God did this. Everything God reveals the bad things to the fake prophets. So do you want to tell me God doesn't reveal good things to you? You see, every day you want to tell us God is revealing bad things about people to you. God is revealing that people are going to die to you. God is revealing to you that so many calamities are going to happen in the country. That is what God is revealing to you. Why is it that you always talk about negativities instead of concentrating on positivities? Things that will change people's life. Things that will reform people from bad to good. Things that will help people to repent and seek the kingdom of heaven. You don't do that. Material wealth is what they are looking for. Ohima Hati says, not all the ladies are like that, oh bro. Some of us can pray, pa. I know you very well, Ohima Hati. I know you. I know you are a great presenter in Massachusetts here, and I know for sure that you are a prayerful lady. And when you stand before your church too, I know that you are able to sing very well. When you hold the microphone, she's very good. She won't sit down for people to convince her because she knows her left and right. That's what we're trying to say. You have to shine your eyes. You have to shine your eyes. You have to open your eyes well. That you won't sit down for them to continue to deceive you. You look at, you see, when you go to that church, that prophet, you go to see that prophet. At times, you look at the lavish life they are living. They are living comfortably, very expensive living with their family members. And you even struggling to eat. What you even put in your pocket, you don't have. And you are going to give your little money, your small money, to that fake prophet to continue to live lavishly. Why do we do that? Why do we allow them to continue to deceive us like that? It is time we have to be smart. But the saddest aspect of it is that a lot of ladies believe in miracles. Or humanity says, honestly, we must all work out for our salvation. That's it. You see, I'm working out for my salvation now. I'm preaching now. I'm not a pastor. Really, I have to tell, I'm not a pastor. I'm not a prophet. I'm not nothing. But I can read. You see, I have my Bible with me. I can also read. Let me look at the see. What is this quotation? You see, at times, if you are not Christian, you find it difficult to look at quotation. But if you are not, you don't go to church frequently, you find it very difficult to look for certain quotation. But at least you believe your God, so you pray to your God, right? You pray to God, and God helps you. You see, for instance, if you want to read something about Mark 10, you just take your Bible. This is the Bible. You see Mark, right? Mark. Then you read it. You don't go to the fake prophets to tell you to turn the Mark 10 what is there and tell you something that will make your life so miserable eventually. That will put scare in your personality. You will become afraid in your daily activities because the pastor will tell you you're about to die very soon. But if you don't come to me for me to pray for you and sell to you this anointing oil, oh my brother, you need spiritual baptism. You need spiritual bathing. I need to pray for you. I need to help you to bath at night. I need to help you to. You see, those are the things they are doing. They know for sure that you want to travel abroad, right? They know for sure if you are a young gentleman, you have that prayer, you have that idea in your mind that you want to travel abroad. You want to go to America. You want to go to Germany. You want to go to UK. Your family is in America. You have a brother here. You have this here. So you need to say, and they will tell you, man, now let me also ask you, all the everything, material wealth, money, everything, if they give everything to you, are you going to take everything away when you die? No, you're leaving everything down, right? You're leaving everything at home. Even the car you have, you leave your car there, right? Your building, you leave your house there. Everything, if you have 20 houses, you leave all of them there. If you have 300 cars, you leave all of them there. If you have 700 workers, you leave all of them. You see, right? And you go by yourself alone. So why don't you look for things that will help you to live perpetual life, everlasting? More especially salvation. That will help you to eventually, when you die, according to those who believe in the Bible, those who are Christian, God will definitely save you. You go to heaven, right? But you want material wealth. You want everything today. Everything you want it today. You want all the cars today. You want everything you want it today. You see, those are the problems confronting people in Ghana today. Most people, they want every action now. So you see, look at a woman. Let me give you this scenario. Look at a woman who is seriously working, going to market every day, going to sit in the sun for about 8 hours, sweating, drinking water. Let me drink my water. This is not Holy Ghost water, please. Let me tell you. This is not Holy Ghost, it's natural water. The same water I'm drinking. When you go to a pastor, a fake prophet, the prophet will sell this water to you. They will sell the water to you that this water is holy. I don't know the word they will use, but they will sell it to you that the price will be so huge that is very questionable. They will sell this water I'm drinking. I bought it here, even it is not up to $1. Small, but not up to $1. But the same prophet will sell this quantity of water to you for approximately, say, $300, because God's spirit is in the water. Because the pastor has prayed on the water. My brother, my sister, you have to be very smart. You have to open your eyes. They are like you. They are like you. They are like you. And they were you before. They were like you before they became the prophets. And there are so many bad things that they are doing that you don't hear. Some of them trying to touch somebody's wife, you see. Some of them trying to make some advances. Some of them, there are so many things that they are doing you don't hear. Nobody will tell you. But it's time you need to act circumspectly. And you need to be very, very alert and careful at all your dealings. Because you don't need to sit down for them to continue to convince you forever. You don't need to sit down for them to lie to you forever. Because it's something that they're doing without regulations. There's something that they are doing without any limit. And they are still doing it without any limit. But look at yourself. Ghana has a lot of mineral resources. But why do they attribute every misfortunes to bad spirit? Why? Oh, this person is working against me. This person is working against me. Oh, this person is working seriously. This person is working seriously. You see, it is hardly a day passes by that Ghanaians will not wake up to hear or see self-appointed prophets entering into what seem to be prophetic truths. Not day pass, not a day pass. That is what I told you earlier, that what I heard yesterday, I became so sad. I became so sad for a pastor to come out to say, a prophet to come out to say, that more celebrities are going to die, politicians, actors, actresses, musicians, but presenters, they didn't mention your name. So Hima, they didn't mention presenters, okay? So just put it in mind. But the pastor went to the extent by saying that they are going to die. So how should I describe it? Before 2017. You may recall some time back, a pastor also prophesied that Kwadwo Kasale was going to die. Kwadwo is still alive. A pastor also prophesied that Kennedy Japan, something was going to happen to you because Japan is alive. You see, that is what they do all the time, to lie about so many things, to convince you for your money, to convince you so that you pay huge amount of money to them, and you rely on them all the time for your help, and they bring confusion in your family. They say things that will bring distraction to your family. They lie, and they will continue to lie. They will not stop lying. And I'm so sad that some people even believe in the fake prophets and God who created heaven and earth. Some people believe in them so much that whatever they say, they are their angels. Whatever they say will have influence. Even if they are married, it will have influence in their marriages. Because the pastor has said this, even if the husband says something, the lady will not take it. If the lady says something, the husband will not take it, because the pastor has said something to them. You see? Because the prophet has said something. They believe in the prophet to the extent that it is eating into their marriages. See? They believe in the prophet that it is affecting their family relationships. A prophet will call you, so-called prophet will call you when you are in abroad for instance, you are outside Ghana, will tell you, oh, don't send any money to your family members, because if you send money to them, they use the same money to visit spiritual. They visit that God, that spiritual, the spiritual mediums. They visit them and they work against you. So as a result of that, you can't be progressing. Things will be working bad against you. Things will be working bad for you, and you cannot be successful. You see, the pastor will tell you something. The fake prophet will tell you something. And it will go against you all the time. And it will be in your heart all the time that you can't change that information that you have already processed in your mind. You can't change it. So if your family member calls you for money, me? No. I won't give you money. Me? No. Should I give you money so you use the money to work against me? I will never do that. You see, so that then is strongly affecting family relationships. It is strongly affecting your assistance that you want to offer to your family members. So you see how the whole situation is going on. So all this, they are still bringing confusion. They're bringing distraction to families. So it is time for you to shine your eyes. It's time for you to be smart. I'm not saying that there are not good pastors over there. There are so many good prophets, good pastors. There are so many people who have been called by God to work on his behalf. But there are also some mushroom pastors, some fake ones, who are taking advantage of that and who have learned how to deceive, the tricks, the techniques and everything, and they are doing the same thing. They put their hands on your forehead like this, and you'll be on the floor. Some time back, I went to church, and then I'm talking about Ghana. I was at the church, and the pastor was preaching. And it got to the time they have to do they have to pray the song. They have to pray the music, and as the music was playing, and then they say, "Oh, those who want prayer should come forward." And I hurriedly went to the pastor straight away. I stood there comfortably waiting for him to act. The pastor started putting his hand on some people's forehead, starting from right hand side. And I was still waiting. So the pastor came to me, eventually put his hand on my forehead. But those the pastor has earlier done that to them, they were on the floor already. So they brought some clothes around at my back, waiting for me to fall down. The pastor placed his hand on my forehead. Oh, they're pushing me, then I'm bringing my head. Pushing me, I'm bringing my head. Pushing me hard, I'm bringing my head. The pastor was looking at me. I was also looking at him. The Holy Spirit is not pushing me on the floor, but he is rather pushing me strongly to go down. Hey! He was trying, pushing me, pushing, then I was coming forward. You see, that's what they do. Immediately they put their hands on your forehead, then you are on the floor. Because you have already inculcated in your mind that if they do that, that thing will happen. I watched a certain movie. Was it a video or something? And the video was about, there was a guy, right? There was a guy. And it was so funny that if you watch that video, I don't know how you would describe the whole situation. There was a guy. He was receiving powerful prayers from God, man of God. So they were praying for the guy, right? So as they were praying for the guy, what I realized was that the guy heard the beeping of his phone. So the phone was ringing. Oh, the guy said, "Oh, hold on." The guy picked the phone. Started responding to the one who has called him. "Oh, hi, how are you? Yes. I'm at church. Yes, I'm in the middle of spiritual, the fires, the prophets, the pastors are praying for me. Yes, I'm in spiritual healing. So you can imagine, yes, things are, so they are praying for me seriously. Yeah, so okay, we'll talk later." In the middle of the prayers, and the pastor too was waiting for the guy. And could you imagine when the pastor started praying for the guy was on the floor. His leg, he was moving to and fro, he was turning up, and I don't know how to describe the scene. But all of a sudden, when he had the call, he was able to receive the call. A person who didn't know what was happening to him was able to give the call and was able to tell the person who has called him exactly what he was doing. Don't you see? It was very surprising. So this is the time, my brother, my sister, you have to be alert and smart. You don't need to allow them to deceive you forever. They have so many ways of convincing. They've mastered in the emotional problems. They know that you are facing problems emotionally. They know that you are facing psychological problems. They know that you're facing financial difficulties. They know that your marriages, there are so many problems in it. They also know that spiritually you are facing spiritual attacks. They also know that you are facing unemployment situations. They also know that you want to travel abroad. They know so many things about you that you don't know. They know so many things about you, and they are capitalizing on that opportunity to deceive you. They are saying so many things to bring fear and panic in you. It is time for you to be alert. It is time for you to open your eyes. The anointing oils that they are giving to you, taking your monies, the phone calls that they are making, the line things that they are doing that is affecting your daily activities, telling you things that are moving against your day-to-day progress. My brother, you need to be very smart. You need to be very alert. This is your Bible. You can read the Bible yourself, right? You can read it yourself. If you can't read, you can speak to somebody who can read and interpret what is in the Bible to you. You don't need to rely on them all the time for your day-to-day activities. You don't need to rely on them all the time for everything that you need on earth. You have to remember that day in, day out, human beings are bound to have problems. We have problems every day. So far as we are human beings, we may be facing problems every day. We may be facing financial difficulties, but it's left with you to find solutions to the difficulties that you are confronting. If you use your money to live any extravagant life, it is very important to desist from that. If you go to and you do things that are not helping your day-to-day progress, it is very important. You need to stop. You don't need to believe that everything that happens to you is as a result of spiritual attacks. You have to eschew that idea out of your mind entirely. You have to take that notion from your mind entirely and believe that things may work well for you if you have faith, and believe that you can be successful one day if you do things yourself. Be self-reliant. Believe that God created you yourself as yourself. If you're a Christian, that is all you believe. You don't need to depend on somebody for the person to convince you. Ask yourself, the monies that you've been paying to the fake prophets, if you were to save those monies, what would have happened to you? There would have been strong improvement in your life. But you've been giving your monies to them. You've been allowing them to convince you at all times. You've been allowing them to cheat you for a long time. You have been allowing them to pass false information to you. That all the time is bringing panic and fear in your life. They are telling you that spiritually somebody is attacking you. So it is affecting you every day wherever you go. They are telling you that because somebody is working against your finances, that is why you are not becoming successful. They've inculcated that idea in your mind, and it is seriously affecting you. It is time for you to differentiate between good and bad prophets. It is time for you to listen to their messages and make your own decisions. It is time for you to listen, watch how they monitor, how they go about their things closely before you succumb to their bad activities, because what they are doing, they are impacting wrong information into your minds. They are deceiving you. They are not making you progressing. They are all the time convincing you in such a way that things are not going well with you, and it will not be going on with you. So you have to change things in your life very, very strongly. You have to plan very, very well. You have to plan your life very well. You see, planning involves a lot of time, determination, and efforts. But when you put more efforts in everything that you are doing, when you plan, you sit down and you devise correct mechanism. You sit down and you look at the pros and cons of every decision that you are taking, the positive sides and the negative sides, the merits and demerits. You look at those things, then you make proper decisions. Decision involves a lot too, because anything that you are foregoing one and having the other is very, very important. Anything that you are sacrificing something and have the other is not easy. Anything that you are foregoing the alternative and having this is not easy. So you have to look at the most pressing ones. You have to make decisions that will help your life to progress. You don't need to make decisions that will help your life, that will retrogress your life, that will make things difficult for you in life. You see, when you have financial difficulties, sit down and ask yourself, why am I in these financial difficulties? Is there any problem? Is there any problem? Is there anything that I'm doing wrong? Then you ask yourself, am I overspending? Am I doing this? You sit down, do review of yourself. And after critical analysis, you'll be able to come out with something, construct something very good that will help you to develop. But if you rely on the fake prophets at all times in Ghana, they will continue to deceive you, and they will deceive you today, tomorrow, and forever. And it will not let you progress in life. It will rather lead you to regressive life. While others are moving on smoothly in life, you are also going backwards. You are also retarding. So you need to be very circumspect in every decision that you are taking, and you need to be very, very careful with the pastors you are going to see, because some of them are using bad spirits to operate. They are using bad spirits to convince you. They are telling you things that are not true. They are saying things that are not realistic. They are saying things to you that can bring family disintegration, that can bring confusion in the family, that can bring disunity among your friends, your family, whatever things. But it is time for you as a human being who can reason every day in your life, because you have the power to reason. You have the power to make your own decision. Look at if you have a cat in your house, and you look at the cat, right? When the cat, let me use it as an example, is going to touch something that the cat will believe it will not be good for, I don't think the cat will do it, because you see that when something is hot, the leg is going to take it away from it. So if we have the power of everything. Ability to reason, ability to make judgment, ability to distinguish good from bad, ability to be able to make pragmatic and bold decisions that will enrich our daily activities. It is left with you to go ahead and decide properly. Ghana has gold, diamond, bauxite, aluminium. Ghana has oil. Ghana has so many natural resources. You don't need to attribute everything that happens to you to spiritual powers. You don't need to attribute everything that happens to you to spiritual attacks. You don't need to say that everything that happens to you because of bad spirit. We don't do that. Think of something that will raise your life. Think of something that will help you to live comfortable and desist from visiting those fake prophets who have been going around to all the time give fake information to people, deceiving people, duping people for their monies, doing bad things to people. Don't visit them. Don't go to them. If somebody comes to you to convince you, oh, this pastor is good, I was after married, I've got it, so he's good, Pray to your God. God's time is the best. God will definitely help you when the time is appropriate. But you don't need to force yourself and go for miracles that will not last. Remember, anything that is not from God will not last forever. But anything that comes from God will be with you at all times till you die. Thank you very much for joining me on the program. My name is Daddy Fred. The program was transmitted live on the Announcer newspaper based in Massachusetts in the United States of America. The topic was, let's talk about Ghana. Today, I'm talking about fake prophets in Ghana today. May God Almighty God shower His endless blessing on you, and may you become successful in all your endeavors. And may you be able to distinguish, to know the difference between good prophets and fake prophets. And may God guide you so that you don't fall into fake prophets' trap, so that they will not continue to deceive you in all your endeavors. May everything that you do become successful. And may God help you so that if you believe in Him, you'll be able to pray yourself. You'll be able to go to church that pray or preach about salvation, so that you get eternal life, rather than rushing for immediate properties, immediate cash, immediate finances, immediate thing, but will not last forever for you. Thank you for joining me. My name is Daddy Fred. I'll come back with something different, okay? So wait. Within 1 hour time, I'll come back. What I'm coming, within 1 hour time is going to be something different. Have a nice and wonderful time. May God Almighty God richly bless you all. Bye.